Kirby, I know you supported a 12-team playoff. Ultimately, do you think having 12 teams is better for Georgia football in terms of being able to win championships?
I don't know how it affects Georgia personally. Yeah, and I think I'm hesitant to say that just supported it. I wouldn't say that I've been clearly in one camp over the other. I think that there's some good and bad to both, and I don't think we know the repercussions of going to 12 over 4. And there's been some good things about 4. There'll probably be some good things about 12. It's just everybody loves change, and it's on a continuum. So it's like there'll be somebody complaining about something about 12. So I don't really get into whether or not it's going to be beneficial for us or not, because I think it's year to year on what kind of team you have and how other teams do in the country.
Kirby, on playing FCS teams, I know you've talked about the importance for it financially for these schools. The direction that college football is going, I know it's uncertain whether SEC goes to 9 games yet, but do you think and do you want to continue to play these games going into the future?
I think it depends on where it goes, what they require you to do, and where the FCS, some of those conferences end up with the realignment and some of the things. It's going to depend a lot on what you talked about, the scheduling model of how many conference games you're playing. I do know that it's critical for these programs to be able to survive. And look, high schools are our feeder programs, just like we are for the NFL. And if you're going to have good high school programs, you got to have kids getting opportunities to play at all levels, because there's a lot more kids playing at a non-Power 5 level than at the Power 5 level. So if your supplier of talent and the growth of the game comes from your youth sports and your high school sports, you're going to diminish that as these programs fade away. And some of these programs cannot survive without these games. That doesn't mean that I embrace them and love them. It just means that the programs can't survive without these kind of funding and without these games.